Welcome to the Dark Dungeon Media.
Hello. Welcome to the Dark Dungeon Media podcast. I am your host, Sniper. And today we have a special guest. All the way from AtranonStudios, we have one of the main developers, Lenex.
Sup?
Well, Lenex, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. So, AtranonStudios.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us a bit of detail about that?
Well, AtranonStudios is an indie game studio, which is currently in the process of making its first ever game.
Oh, nice. And what type of genre does AtranonStudios do?
Primarily horror, or the focus right now is on horror, and specifically working on a game series, which hopefully does well. But in the future, we do plan on expanding into different genres, especially multiplayer.
Yeah. Okay. So you're planning on to... So you're currently starting off in the indie genre horror.
Yes.
And then you're planning to do bigger game developments equal to the AAA titles?
Hopefully so, yeah. I mean, obviously, there's a certain quality standard. I mean, nowadays not really. But normally there is a quality standard with AAA games, with what you expect from them. But I think just no instead of aiming for AAA, just instead of aiming to make a fun and worthwhile experience, I think it's more important than anything else.
Okay, and you're planning on to go into the multiplayer sector?
Yeah. I think definitely multiplayer is just such a popular genre.
What type of multiplayer? Can you give us a hint?
So preferably I would want to do stuff like co-op, so story co-op games, because I feel like there is not a whole lot of those.
No, you are correct. There is not, from what I've done of my research into some of, especially the main AAA titles, it's all player versus player, or and there's not really that many storyline campaign cooperative games out there,
other than shooters.
Yeah. Which obviously it's a shame. There's a few that I can think of which are multiplayer that you don't go around unaliving everybody.
Yeah.
But you're also not part of a team either, No,
I think the last recent big one, like pure story co-op game, I think was a game called It Takes Two, which won many awards.
No, I'm gonna have to disagree.
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. I think that was the biggest. Okay. That's the biggest new release.
Honestly, yeah. But I mean, with co-op, I mean like 2-player.
Yeah, well, you could play Baldur's Gate with just 2. You can go up to 4 with Baldur's Gate, which I think is amazing.
Fair enough.
Big D&D fan here.
Same. I have almost 200 hours in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, you understand. You understand.
Yeah.
So, how far into your game are you?
Do you mean like I can give you like a rough percentage of how done the game is?
Okay, yeah. Give us a percentage of.
I would say with
how
everything
polished it is.
Okay, polish a different thing. Talking about just parts added in which we want. So I think if I do like a rough estimate would be around, I'd say a good 65 to 70% done.
Oh, so you're nearly at completion.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And do you have a potential release date for us?
Not an exact release date. We have an estimate.
All right, a release month.
A release month. Again, not really. Our like estimated release month would be at around end of May to June-ish. That's what we're expecting right now. It could change.
So end of May. So you're looking at around about the coming into the third quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you have a title for this game?
Yeah, it's called The Blacktail Stories. That's the name of
so
the
Blacktail,
series.
the Blacktail Stories is going to be released hopefully within the third quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. So Q3 release. Nice.
That's what's planned. That's what we guess right now. Obviously,
So is it
things can
going
always
to
change.
full release or is it going to be going early access?
It will full release. Obviously, we will do a lot of beta testing and play tests to see if we can find as many bugs as possible, but and like fix some, complaints and little like tweaks that which based on feedback and everything. But when the game releases, it will be full release. Obviously, if like major issues or bugs are found by other players, we will obviously patch the game, but the game will not launch to early access or anything like that.
Okay. Fair enough. Right. Well. So how difficult of a journey has this been for you?
I wouldn't say it has been per se difficult. It's been better word
challenging.
Interesting. Challenging is better, and it's been really interesting because the
Okay.
scope of the game changed a few times during development, which obviously extended
As it
development time.
As it always does.
Yeah. When we first started working on the game, it was only supposed to be a very short experience, around like 20 to 30 minutes only. But then we decided that we want to expand the game into more section and more content. And obviously planning for that and then creating the parts for that and then thinking what can we do in these sections to make them interesting enough for people to actually want to play through them was obviously a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously making those
it does
sections
seem obviously, going into this, knowing I was going to be interviewing you, we have discussed backstage, a little bit, and I've seen some of the stuff that you do to basically develop this game.
Yeah.
I will say some of the stuff that I've seen, does seem, and I apologize if this offends you, kind of lazy.
No, it's true.
Compared to other people that I've seen doing game development and, being a programmer myself, I can see which shortcuts you've used.
The thing is, there's nothing in game development, there's nothing wrong with using shortcuts or doing things a bit more lazy approach if it works. If it works, it works. That's simple. It doesn't matter how you get there.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're right.
Works,
as long as it gives you a grade A product,
yeah,
then you're fine. That's the whole thing about it. As long as you get the end product, and that's the product you want,
So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to make it fucking work.
Yeah, pretty much. Hi Cutie Bean, hi Cutie over on Cutie Tie over on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, and I think Rumble as well. That's one of our chat mods.
Oh, okay.
So you may know them best as Atsy.
I have met them before, yes.
Yes. So I gotta hide that logo. Hashtag not sponsored.
Yes, we cannot promote actual brands on this podcast.
Well, I don't want to promote something if I'm not being sponsored to promote it. It's a drink at the end of the day. I need to hydrate. No. So, do you have any? I'm going to be cheeky here. Do you have anything for behind the scenes that you are able to share with us? So some of the challenges that you've faced, what's one of the biggest challenges that you've faced with doing this development? And if chat wants to ask you any questions, I will read them to you, or I will put them on screen for you from YouTube side only. I can only put YouTube comments on the screen. But for the viewers, if they do have any questions, please put them in the chats, and I will read them for the users on Kick, Rumble, and Twitch. YouTube, I'll show them on screen. We do have a question from Cutie. It's now appearing on screen.
Is there pew-pews? No, there's no guns in the game. It is the Blacktail Stories.
It's pew-pews, my friend. Pew-pews. YouTube friendly. We've got to be YouTube friendly.
Oh, my bad.
Pew-pews.
Sorry. I apologize. I apologize. There's no
Twitch. Twitch, Kick, Rumble. Don't care. But with YouTube, it's pew-pews. Oh, he's died on us. Or he's being harassed by family.
Yes, it was the family.
Yeah.
Just walked in. My bad. No, but there's no pew-pews in the game. The game is a psychological horror game.
Okay. Is it one of them games that will make you terrified, or is it more one of them games that will get your heart racing and potentially jump scare you?
A mix of both. There are parts in the game where it's just atmospheric and sound-based horror to get you on edge. And then there's other parts in the game which are very much like fear-inducing and adrenaline, like rush-wise. So we had to find a balance there. Obviously, you can't, because you don't want the player to be constantly on edge, and you don't want the player to be constantly like have an adrenaline rush. You also want to have calm moments, but it's a mix between those two. But at its core, it's a psychological horror game.
Okay. Well, I will say I do apologize that my co-host isn't here. They are having to deal with a family emergency, so I apologize for that.
No worries.
You're only getting half of an interview at the moment.
That's
we may
fine.
have to have you back after your release.
That's fine. Then I can talk more about the game and actually show more.
Yes. So you do have some devlogs already published, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, if you bear with me, as you know, with this, you do have a private chat. If you don't mind, could you send me a link to your latest devlog? And we can give it a watch here.
I can do that, yeah. There you go.
Bear with me. And just grab that. Too many windows. Hey, listen, mate, you don't want to know how many windows I've got open.
I know your PC specs, and I can only imagine.
They're not that bad.
That's what you say.
Oh. That is cursed.
What is?
Where you sent me the video from.
Oh, the time in the video?
Yeah.
Don't question it. I have a very interesting editing style.
I'm not questioning nothing, my friend. Nothing.
My mental illness really comes out when I edit.
You said it.
I mean, that's not really something I hide.
So, give me a moment. Let me just think that's it. Yeah, that's the one. We're going to allow that. So basically, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the video to the said stage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bear with me one moment. I do need to. Just going to move it over to another screen. Why does everything want to go wrong when you start streaming?
I know that feeling.
Right. Okay. So the video is in the background, so we're going to bring this on stage. Here we go. And you can, as we go through this, you can kind of, obviously, I know you've got audio on it. We're going to listen to that as well. So this is your latest development log. And how long ago was this done?
The content shown in this video is from about a month ago, so a lot of things have actually changed since.
So pretty, in all fairness, pretty recently in developer terms.
In developer terms, it is recent, but in things that have changed and that I've added and altered, it is very outdated at the same time. But I am working on the next devlog right now, actually. So hopefully that will come out soon-ish.
So there's a comment I'm trying to avoid reading because of one of the words in it.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah, Q has generally 14 tabs open in the browser. Okay. Oof. Sack that. So let's get into it and watch a little bit of this.
I don't think I can hear the video.
You can't hear the video?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Let me see if we can fix that. You should be able to hear it.
But I can't. I can hear you, but I can't hear the thing. I'm equally as confused as you are.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I can't hear the video. Ha! Can the stream hear it, or can only you hear it?
I am unaware. Moderator, can you hear the video? The video has no sound. Okay.
Okay, so it's a stream issue. Isn't streaming fun?
No. I have to show stream everything on my setup. This is awkward. Let me share screen. I want that. Why are you not adding audio? This is annoying. It's allowed to pick up everything.
That's weird.
I do not know what's going on. Let's just go back to this to see if... I do apologize about the stream. Still no audio. This is very confusing. Why does this happen to me? So I'll do it a different way then. Just bear with me while I download your video.
No worries.
I have no idea what is going on there. Sorry about that. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties, apparently.
It's fine. Technical difficulties make things more interesting.
Yes. So I don't understand
relate.
why it's... I just really don't understand why it's not sharing the audio, because it should be doing. It should share all audio from said browser, but it's not.
If I've learned one thing from making games, if everything goes smoothly, that's usually worse than something going wrong.
Yeah, you've got a point there.
A lot of people complain about finding bugs in their game or finding so many bugs, but just be happy you're finding any bugs. If you don't find any, that's a big issue.
Well,
It
I
either
will
means you have
say,
amazing code or...
for those people that are watching, I have increased the quality of the video because I am downloading it in 8K.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just going to take a little while it converts. So we will get back to that. Don't worry. I just don't understand why it wasn't picking up the audio. Very strange. Very, very strange. I don't have a fucking clue. Do not have a clue. So I've actually lowered the quality down to 1440.
I mean, yeah, that's the default. That's like the max value or like max quality of the video anyway.
Yeah. It's just converting it all and sorting it all out. Anyway. In regards to things that you said, that this video that we're about to see is different.
Mm-hmm.
How different is it? How much have you added since this video was made? Or are you not allowed to talk about it?
I can talk about some things. I'm not going to talk about everything I've added, but like just general things. I have updated a lot of the environments and making them look a bit better. Same with the lighting. Then added a bunch more mechanics, refined or remade some of the older like mechanics and things like that. And then also added a lot of additional content to the game, which I cannot or can't really talk about. So it'll be a bit of a spoiler.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I think in our backstage conversations, I've seen a little bit more than, most people.
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously, knowing what you're into, I won't reveal things without obviously your consent. Even though I could really reveal all the juicy bits.
I mean, even if you did, it wouldn't matter too much.
I know, but it's not right. Anyway, you've trusted me with behind the scenes info. That's unfortunately the people watching are going to have to wait for when the game's released. Now, I'm sure things during your development time, I'm sure they will change between now and release.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm not mistaken, when we talked backstage a while ago, that you've actually added a whole section to the game. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there is. Was it just 3 sections which are being added?
Okay.
Which is a lot of work. I've only today finished actually building the first section.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So the entire first section is basically set up. Now it just has to be integrated with some of the code and everything. And just a little bit of testing there. And then once that is all figured out, I can move on to the second section. Although most of the mechanical stuff that is also done, it's really just actually building the environment, which takes the longest and is the most tedious.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Nice to know. So I'm just waiting for this video file to convert. It's taking its sweet ass time.
No, it's fine.
So, the 3 sections, are they more scarier than the last, or is it all following the same sort of atmosphere?
We really try to make them quite different from each other and kind of play into different aspects of horror from what you would normally see. So the first section, you will experience in there and the things you will have to do objective wise will be quite different to what you'll have to do in the second and third sections, just to make it not repetitive. That also applies to the things you might encounter in those sections. They're all vastly different with how they function.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I know we talked a little bit backstage. You can't reveal anything to do with the story. But could you give us a baseline plot?
Yeah, that I can do. I mean, the baseline plot of the game is you play as Michael Holster, who is a journalist, And I played early? I mean, we are looking for play testers for when we're doing
There
that.
you go, chat. There you go.
Now, I will say this, that anyone who wants to play or wants to play test a game will have to sign an NDA. That
Right,
will
so
have
for
to be
those
done.
people that don't understand what an NDA is a non-disclosure agreement, which basically means while you're playing said game early, you cannot reveal any of the contents that you've seen, heard, or played through to the outside world on social media or even to friends or family. It's a legally binding contract. Basically states if you do reveal information and you are found out, you can be you can not be prosecuted. You can be sued for financial compensation.
Yeah,
that's an NDA. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, but you'll have to sign NDA, and then once you have signed that and everything, you will be sent the game, or you'll get the game sent via Steam or however we're gonna set that up. Then you'll play test the game, and right afterward, when you're done, give a little bit of feedback of what you liked, what you didn't like, and any bugs you found and where you found the game. Pretty much, yeah. And based on that feedback.
Some will these beta testers be able to keep the game after full release?
Yes. So any playtester who plays the game, if they want to, they will get the game for free on Steam via Steam key. And that is the same for everyone who has been involved in the making of this game. That's via writing scripts, story planning, or voice acting. If they want to, they can get a free Steam key. I'll sign anything.
Yeah, I love my chat at times. I really do.
Well, if you want, then you can have the game.
Okay. And what's the best way to get in contact with you?
I mean, the easiest way is just to join the Discord, which is on my YouTube channel, which is linked in the description, and just write in chat or DM me or write in chat in the Discord. So like, hey,
well, your Discord
Lenex.
channel is not linked in the description yet, but I will link it in all the descriptions when the video goes forth.
Yeah. I mean, it's linked on it in the devlogs. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, well.
I'm just saying that's where it's linked.
Okay. So what I will do is, for you, if you bear with me, my brain's just falling out my ass. Okay. So, I want to try something here. I'm going to give this one more shot with a different browser, see if that helps.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can hear it.
Nope.
No.
Nope, still can't hear it.
I do not understand what is going on. I know people on the last one on Twitch, I think they could have heard it because it's going through my main audio system.
Ah, okay.
But I don't understand why it's not getting picked. The audio's not getting picked up on hither. Okay, that's good. That's recording shit. That's guess shit. I have not got a fucking foggy. Don't have a fucking clue. But okay, I'm still waiting for. Right, that is just taking too long there. Bear with me. I do apologize about this. So, we'll move off the development side a little bit for the moment. What are some of your interests and hobbies outside of developing?
Well, I like horror in general, horror movies, horror books. I like video games.
Well,
That's like the
yeah, I
main
get
thing.
that.
I like Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
That's one thing. I like playing sports as well, stuff like badminton.
Mm-hmm.
And then music. That's like the main ones.
Okay. So you say Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Any games going on at the moment?
Currently not, no.
Oh, that is a shame.
Yeah, just quite busy with university, making this game and other things that I don't really have the time for D&D. Well, it's not too bad. Not great, but not too bad either.
Right, so for some reason I can only get the video quality in 720.
Better than nothing, no?
Yeah, well, we'll just see if it...
Oh. I think he froze. Did he freeze? Is this my podcast now? Hello? Sniper? Yeah, it's my podcast. Okay, great. Hello, oh no, he's back. I took over your podcast there.
Yeah. I don't have a clue what happened. It just happened.
I was gonna say, this is my broadcast. This is my podcast now.
Yeah, apparently was. Yeah. Sorry about that. Not gonna forget what just happened there. But what we'll do. Right, okay, here we go. So present, we'll do a video file. See if this works.
Here. Before this video officially starts, only 18% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to me. So please consider subscribing to the channel if you are new here and like my content. It would mean the world to me. Thank you. To add this, adjust that, modify those, remove you. Yes, it's all coming together.
What the? Huh? I have questions.
Uh-oh. Most normal.
Hello,
everyone, and welcome to the second devlog of me making a VHS-style horror game. And damn, look at me uploading more frequently. Good job, me. I have been very busy. See, after the last devlog was done and I was getting back to work on the game, a bunch of ideas on what I could add to the game started flooding into my brain. And I decided to add all of them. So let me show you exactly what I added. See, originally I only wanted to have a simple cutscene at the end of the game, which I'm not going to say anything about, but I wanted it to be the last cutscene before the actual credits roll. However, then out of buttfuck nowhere, I got the idea to create an introduction level, and so I did. The reason why I wanted to make an introduction level was because originally I had just planned for there to be some text talking about what is happening and then boom, you're in the game. But that just seemed kind of, boring. So I started modeling and building and created this cozy little apartment. However, currently there is nothing happening. So let's change that. For the introduction level, I want to add a few things. First of all, I want a starting cutscene. I want voice lines, subtitles, lore, and an end cutscene that loads into the next level. For the start cutscene, I felt it would be nice for the player to have a sort of nightmare and then wake up in the bed, looking around in a bit of a scared and panicked state.
So, you do realize your little avatar swings more times than needed.
Yeah, I saw that and I wasn't bothered to fix it.
Oh, okay.
It's not an editing mistake, it's a laziness mistake.
So, you have a very interesting style, shall we say?
Thank you. It's very much ADHD overload.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn the actual video audio down.
Oh, okay.
Just so when we speak over it, they can actually hear us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have questions. I have so many questions.
The thing is, I have the first devlog also equally starts in a really weird way. The worst one is way more cinematic with the introduction to the video. See, there's like a little story told in these videos in itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We've just got on YouTube more wee-woos, please. That was a request from Q.
What's a weeboo?
Anything with lights and sirens.
Oh.
And then get up. And so I did exactly that and got to work.
And that is just the actual process of making a cutscene in the engine.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can see I have a camera right there, which the player will see through first, and then I animate it on the path. Obviously, I have some lighting right there in that scene. And replaying the same cutscene over and over again to see how smoothly it goes in. Then there's some coding. Adding some trigger boxes to start off certain cutscenes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This is what I was on about by the laziness. It's all these boxes. I mean, yeah, because some events.
I am used to coding in C++ and C#. So
okay.
This just seems lazy.
I mean, trigger boxes are used when you obviously want to. The trigger boxes in this scene are there when you've done a certain thing and you interact with the couch, you sit down. That's why you have trigger boxes. So, if your player clicks in this area...
That took longer than expected, but at least we got it down somewhat. I will modify this cutscene a bit more later on to make it feel
cutscene has been changed a lot.
Realistic. But for now, that is good. I also made this piece of paper right here. And believe it or not, this note is actually quite important as it allows you to progress the game. But it also has a little bit of
That's also been changed.
But of course, to simply throw the player into the level and let them walk around in silence until they find the note.
Yeah, most things in this, like 90% of things in this video are outdated.
Adding it into the game as well. And with just a little bit of blueprint coding and attenuation settings, we now have a voice line in the game that originates from the radio and fades away when you walk away from the radio, which I think is really fucking cool. But of course, just like with loading into this level, we also need a cutscene to load into the next level. So I got to work. This cutscene is basically the player sitting down with the TV on, and then, once it is on, the player has fully sat down, it zooms in on the TV, at which then the video plays and loads into the next level. But this leads into the next part, making the ending level. See, after the player finishes the main game and the end cutscene plays, I want the player to come back into the apartment just to finish a few things up and tease the next game. So I simply copied the introduction level and then got to work on modifying it.
This entire ending level there, by the way, has been remade at this point now.
Oh, God.
There was a lot of issues with this first iteration of the map, which is why I had to fully remake it.
Ah.
Yeah. And those issues have now been fixed. And just overall, the new design of the ending level just looks better. Again, most stuff I talk about in this video just have been altered. Yeah. Because I recorded this initially like a good month or two ago. In that time frame, a lot has changed,
still
obviously.
In development times, that is still quite recent. So you seem to be.
Now, I did do a lot of things on the side, which I did not record as I felt like it was not really important enough to add into a devlog.
Okay, I was not bothered enough to add them into the devlog.
Added checks to ensure future bugs don't appear, added quality of life features that make playing overall nicer, adjusted the loudness of certain sound effects, fixed a bug where you could spam E on a door and the door
Oh,
opening
bad
and
word,
closing
bad
sound
word,
would
bad
ear rape
word.
you. Fixed a bug where the main menu music stacked over each other when you went into any of the other options and then back into the main menu. Fixed a bug where if you walked while entering a cutscene, the footstep sound
do
effect
realise
would keep
this
playing
was designed
even
to
if
go
the player
on-
was not
on
moving
the
or
YouTubes.
the cutscene did not move the player. And lastly, I fixed a
It's
bug where when you set E as the key to close the inspection window for looking at objects or notes,
Lot of bug
the
fixes.
interact event to actually interact with objects would no longer work once the window was closed. And take this into consideration. I uploaded the last devlog at this point in the script 3 days ago, and so far everything mentioned in the video has been created in those 3 days and not beforehand. This should give you a little insight into how much of a workaholic I am and how much work I've been putting into this game so far. I've also updated the Steam page somewhat, changing it from the Darkest Paths to this game now. So if you want to play this game, the link to wishlist it is in the description. Also, before anyone asks, I decided to turn the old Steam page for the Darkest Paths into the Steam page for the new game, due to the simple reason being that I can just make a new Steam page later on for the Darkest Paths, rather than buying a new Steam page right now for this game and then just have the Darkest Paths Steam page sitting there for a long time and having sort of wasted
So is the
$100.
Darkest Path game
Also, the
too?
Steam page does not have the
Wait, pause real quick.
screenshots and trailers from the new game set.
The Darkest Pass was a game that we had worked on originally quite a long time ago, but a few issues came up during development, so we have postponed that game for now and have focused instead working on this game.
Okay. So things just weren't lining up the way you wanted it to, and
Yeah.
it just got pushed back.
Yeah, pretty much.
So is that game ever going to come to release, or?
Oh yeah, it will. It will. A lot of things I learned when making this game, or as I'm making this game, were things
Yes.
I wanted to do in the Darkest Past, but I didn't know how to back then. So I will
Okay.
definitely be working. The game is not canceled. It's just been postponed for a while.
Okay. Fair enough. So, what I am going to do is I'm going to give you some help here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do this, and so I'm just typing.
No worries.
So, I've just put your YouTube link in the chat, and
Oh, thank you.
if people are interested in said game, bear with me. Need to reload this. And we're gonna copy. Copy that. and also going to add your Steam link in chat as well. All these links will be added to the to my description on every video. I'll go in and I'll re-edit the videos and add them into the description for you.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem, not a problem. So, very interesting development there.
Thanks.
So, from what I'm saying with this version of from the video to current day present, everything has seemed to have changed for the better.
Yes, for sure.
So, okay. I'm trying to think of a question for you. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring this up on screen because I think it's funny.
Oh my god.
Oh, beautiful chat mod there. Yes, lovely. In regards to the way the leveling, so what happens if, for example, if you become unalived?
You respawn.
Do you start from all the way from the beginning, or is it checkpoints?
There are checkpoints in the game after major sections.
Okay.
Which basically just ensures, that like after you complete a section, if you were to unalive, then you would respawn there and not at the very beginning of the game.
Okay. So you do have you have implemented a checkpoint system. That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Same thing with if you somehow manage to escape the map and fall out of bounds, there is a very, very, very large trigger box underneath the map, which if the player collides with that, it will unalive them automatically and respawn them.
Okay. And well, you can sign me up to be one of your playtesters for sure. I'd like to give this development a good run through and put it through its paces. And knowing my luck, I'll be one of them people that'll manage to survive the giant kill box under the ground.
Hopefully.
I
mean, I'd be surprised if anyone can even break this game. I mean, if they can, mad impressive, and I want to know how, because again, impressive as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But just, I've tried a few things right now just without using external engines, anything like that. And so far, I've not found a certain way to glitch out of bounds or anything like that.
Okay. So like I said, from what I've seen, very interesting. Very,
Thank you.
very interesting. And it is in my wish list.
Woo! Wishlist the game so
So-
I can get more Steam traffic. I mean, it's not wrong though. The more wishlist you have, the more Steam will say, "Hey, people are interested in this," and the more it'll push it to the front. You're professional at breaking the game.
Yes.
I mean, currently the
Well-
game is at what was it?
said about-
865 wishlists.
Oh, nice.
It's not a lot, but also not little.
That's a if all 800 people buy that, that's a tidy. That's something I've got to ask.
Mhm.
What is your price point for the game at release?
$5.
So that's a cool $400 straight off the bat. If all 800 people sign up,
If all 865 people buy the game, it would be around $4,325.
4,000. Yeah, yes. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, 4,000. And Steam takes 30%. So I would get from that. I would get $3,000 roughly.
Okay.
It's not bad.
It's not bad for 866 sales.
No.
Nice. And I'm not being funny. $5. If it's a good game, I've got a few people who I would probably purchase it for.
This is why I'm trying to expand the game as much as possible, add as much as possible to make it worthwhile. So I've seen a lot of people talk about that online, where some people say like, oh, they want for $1 1 hour of playtime, but then others in the same like thread were like, they don't care how long the game is if the game is fun. Where if you buy a game for $5 and then it's like an hour playtime, but it was a fun hour, then it's worth it either way. Which I, to a certain extent, agree with.
Oh yes, yeah. Now, in regards
Mm-hmm.
to your play times and things like that, so we're expecting
Yes.
about an hour's worth of play from game one.
Yeah.
And you have mentioned that this is a game series.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's not in development yet, and we've talked a little bit backstage of game 2.
Mm-hmm.
What is do you have a rough planned playthrough time of that one?
Preferably something around 2 hours.
So that's doubling your play time. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, around hour 30 to 2 hours. That's the goal.
So as an indie studio, and you're producing these indie games, how frequently is AtranonStudios going to be publishing a game? Once every year, 2 years?
I mean, I'm very much of the opinion quality over quantity. So we're not gonna be publishing like 2 games a year. Unless we're certain that the game we're releasing is the best it can possibly be with our current skill set and everything. So it might be 1 game a year. It might be a bit longer. I don't think it'll be 2 years a game. I think that's a bit too long. But we'll have to see. Again, it just depends on the scope of the game.
So you're estimating about 1 game every 12 months if it's to your standard, your quality.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Very, very nice. So with that release of 1 potentially one game of year, if up to your OCD perfectionist quality standards. Are they all going to be around about the same price point, or are you going to be going the way the AAA titles are and graping everybody's coin purses?
I mean, in my opinion, with prices for games, it always comes down to how much was spent on the game, because you do need to make a profit, obviously. And in the end of the day,
I understand that. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, currently planned, the most we would probably ever increase the price to, if it was justified, would be $10, $15 maximum. I don't think we would ever go up to like $30 or $40. Quite honestly speaking.
Okay.
And
Nice
that's
to
at
know,
least,
nice to
but
know.
I'm fairly certain for next few games in this, for this specific series, will all be in the $5 range.
Right. Okay.
It's not too cheap and it's not too expensive as to
No,
make
it's
it
affordable.
not
It's
viable.
affordable.
It's affordable. So most, if you want to play it, you can afford it. It's not gonna like put a dent in your bank account. It's not an
Yeah, because I'm not
investment.
being funny. Some of these AAA titles, sometimes it looks like you need a flipping mortgage for them.
Oh yeah. And the best part
Yeah.
is they don't even release like full release. They're like full of bugs and issues and everything. And then the companies say, "Oh, we'll patch it over time." Where it's like, yeah, but you should have patched it before release. If the bugs are this bad.
Yeah. In all fairness, me personally, I would never release a game with the amount of bugs that these AAA titles release. I couldn't do it.
No,
myself.
neither would I. No, neither would I. Never in 1,000 years. 1 second. I got back.
So, have you, moving away from your game, obviously, you know, this podcast is, we've brought you on as a special guest. So we've given you I'm going to say about 40 minutes of talking about your development and your game due to the technical issues we've had. You know, in future, I will have all the video files ready, and I will have to dig into why some reason it wasn't allowing StreamYard to play the audio from said. You know,
by the thing, yeah. I get what you mean.
I'll figure that out. So as you know, this podcast is about this particular session was about the game development and AtranonStudios. But over here, we do like to go into the everyday, as I call it, shooting the shit. You know, general conversation, a nice chat, and also discuss what's been going on in the world with news and things like that. So, moving on from your development and stuff, did you hear about the container ship that crashed into the bridge in Baltimore?
Yes, I've heard that, and I've seen videos of it, and it's very bad.
Yeah, I saw a video of it, and I'm not being funny. The bridge just gave way like tissue paper.
Oh yeah. On some of the comments on those videos that are on the like reels on Instagram that I saw of it, people are just complaining that their like governing city would rather give money to very useless things than actually fixing stuff like the infrastructure of that bridge, as an example, and how it's been like very bad state for a long time.
Yeah, but in all fairness, the mass of that vessel would have taken it out anyway.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're looking in the range of millions of tons. You know, and considering the captain radioed through to get the bridge cleared, because according to articles that I've read, they lost control of the engines and the propulsion of the vessel, and they couldn't they had no bow thrusters, port side thrusters. Everything just shut down and they couldn't stop. And only thing from my understanding from some of the reports I got is the authoritarians basically said, move away from the bridge. Now, I don't know how you're meant to move away from something if you can't steer.
Yeah.
Or you don't have the propulsion to be able to make maneuvers. And unfortunately, the captain of the vessel has now got to live with the unaliving of hundreds of people.
Which I feel really bad for those people, especially. Because they had families, they had jobs. It sucks.
Yeah, and it is a tragedy. And it's one of them things. So what do you think of? Have you heard anything about it? What have you got any other updates that I haven't read?
I've not read any articles about it. All I've seen is the videos and then people talking about it in the comments. And one thing I've seen the most was people saying that bridge collapsing is especially bad because that was like the main way.
Yeah, it's the main thoroughfare for trucks and things to get across.
Yeah, now that it has broken, that's going to affect the industry side of the town of Baltimore. Was it Baltimore?
Yeah, Baltimore.
It's going to affect that
quite
badly.
It was the Francis Scott Key Bridge. So that's the name of the bridge. I
just know it connected. I think was it the harbor? I forgot which. It connected two sites, and again, a lot of trucks and just transporting vehicles just went over that to transport material. And because that's collapsed now, it's gonna make things a lot harder, if not put to a halt temporarily, which is obviously not great for the economy and people's jobs.
Yeah, early hours of Tuesday it happened.
2024 has not been a great year so far.
No,
a lot of things have gone really wrong. I know at the start of the year there was a very big tsunami that hit Japan, which was really bad.
Yeah.
Again, 2024 has not been off to a great start.
No. It's basically like the Earth is sticking its big middle fingers up at you, saying thank you for poisoning me.
Yeah.
Now,
first we had COVID for 3 years, and now we're like, oh, it's finally over, 2024, let's go. And volcano erupts, tsunamis, this happens, that happens, there's a catastrophe, there's something bad happening. It's not going great. It's really not going great.
I am just trying to... Just doing some research. I'm just trying to find out what the current unalive toll is.
I mean, I can check as well.
I can't seem to find the number.
It says... Only 6 people were unalived.
Only what?
6 people. These are
Only
like
six?
these are articles from like 21 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 9 hours ago, and all of them are saying 6 people, 6 people, 6 people. Then 2 Baltimore bridge collapse victims recovered. It only says 6 people.
Okay.
And they were all construction workers.
So I thought it'd be. I thought the unalive toll would be a lot more than what it is. But that's what they've recovered.
Yeah, there's the 6 people. There's what was it? I can't find total number as well, but it says this is from. No, was it? Yeah, 6 people are presumed unalive after the bridge collapsed, but what do we know about them? So it's currently assumed that 6 people. I mean, they've not been found yet. They found 2, like not of those 6, but they've already rescued 2 other people. But other 6 have not been found yet, so they're presumed not living.
So they're presumed unalive.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So, in regards to your hobbies, I know you mentioned D&D, and as the viewers are aware from my last podcast, we went through a lengthy D&D discussion. And you're currently not in any games at the moment.
Nope.
And I'm aware of the reason why, because obviously you was originally one of my players.
Yep.
What's D&D? D&D is Dungeons and Dragons, cutie. You should know it because you're in it. So that was a kind of a pointless question, but okay. I don't know how.
It's fine.
So, in regards to your D&D, are you looking to get into anything in the near future?
I'll have to see if I have the time. Obviously, I'm busy with university right now in my second trimester, and the game obviously as well. And obviously, I need some free time.
You're in your second trimester.
Yeah.
Oh well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you know what sex the child's going to be?
Oh my god. And that was such a bad joke. It's such a bad joke. Okay, I'm in my second term of my first year, which is 3 terms long, so it's a trimester.
Yeah. In all fairness, cute.
Yeah, I'm
it
pregnant.
was my surprise. Yes. First time I heard about this.
Well, yeah, currently in my second term.
Do you mean semester, not trimester?
I think it's everyone. I used to say semester as well, but everyone, even my professors, keep calling it trimester. So I just started calling it that too.
Okay. Well, when the next time they say it, just say congratulations, what you're having, boy or girl.
Well, yeah, I'm in my second term right now for the first year, and it's not hard. It's just a bit of work and group projects, which are very annoying. And next semester, I only have one. Actually, no, it might change. They might be changing things up, so I don't know how many classes I'll have next semester. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if I have more free time, I will definitely want to join D&D game or join yours back, obviously, as I
Okay.
really like D&D. But again, it's only if the time works for me.
All right. Okay. Well, due to unforeseen circumstances, and obviously my co-host not being able to attend, we're going through a family emergency. We are
Yeah.
going to. I do apologize for this. We are going to end stream early. And end this
okay.
podcast early. I do apologize for this. It is what it is, and my co-host may have other questions, may have had other questions for you, which would have potentially extended the time we talked about it.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on, and I hope to have you back on after release if you're willing.
Sure, yeah, I'm down. It was fun.
Okay. Thank you.
I
So
like doing this
I want to thank
competition.
everybody for turning up and showing. I will put the links to the Steam page and the YouTube channel in the description of the video. Don't forget to do all them YouTube things, Twitch things, Rumble things. Follow, leave us a like, and subscribe. Thank you very much. And this has been the Dark Dungeon Media podcast. And we'll see you next time.